Hi there, you. It's me, Jimmy, in my house again, which is now kind of our house, but don't come try to live in it. Hey, the NBA seems ready to get back to work. Yesterday, the league proposed 113 pages worth of safety rules and procedures for the rest of a shortened season. First of all the games will be played at Disney World, which right off the bat seems like the least safe place to be during a Peter pandemic. But they do have many precautions in place. The players will be housed together. They'll quarantine ahead of time and be tested every day. Players will be discouraged from licking their fingers and clearing their noses on the court. I don't know, were they encouraged to do that before this? Players will be required to shower in their hotel rooms instead of in the locker room. And that, I mean, I don't know if it's even worth playing basketball if you can't cap the night off by scrubbing up with the team loofah. And also, no one will be allowed to touch the ball during the game. So, I don't know, that sounds doable. Meanwhile, our basketball-headed president is about to go back on the road, but first, he's fending off another round of tell-all books. Trump is said to be planning to file a lawsuit against his niece, Mary Trump, over a forthcoming memoir that reportedly does not paint Uncle Donnie in a positive light. This is the book. It's called Too Much and Never Enough: How My Family Created the World's Most Dangerous Man, which is longer than the original title, which was My Uncle is a Dick. Trump claims his niece's book would violate the terms of a non-disclosure agreement he had her sign in 2001. Imagine having an NDA with your niece. That's really all you need to know about someone. The other book he would very much like to keep from coming out and is taking legal action to do so is from a member of his inner circle, former National Security Advisor John Bolton. We got a few McNuggets from that today, and among many unbelievable claims in the book, Bolton writes that Trump said journalists should be executed. He didn't know Britain was a nuclear power. He asked if Finland was part of Russia. He begged the Chinese to help him with the election and has a penis that looks like a mushroom. Wait, I may have picked that up from Stormy Daniels' book, but could you imagine the president asking his advisors if Finland is part of Russia? He's the president of the United States. This is like your mechanic asking if the muffler is part of the glove compartment. Meanwhile, remember when Trump was pushing this hydroxychloroquine as the coronavirus miracle drug? Well, the FDA this week officially withdrew their support for it, and now the government is stuck with 66 million useless doses. So I guess we know what the Trumps will be giving trick-or-treaters for Halloween for the next 30 years. Cases of the virus are on the rise in more than 20 states, but most everything is opening anyway. Restaurants are now allowed to open here in Los Angeles, but because of safety measures, many of them will be half empty. So some restaurants have been using mannequins to fill empty seats, which is very weird, and also raises an important question, which is, where in the world do you buy a mannequin?
Attention restaurant owners! Looking for mannequins to place at your social distance buffer tables, but don't want to pay an arm and a leg? Come and get them at Big Al's House of Gently Exploded Mannequins. We have lots of plastic people. There's Headless Harry, Lefty, the Bing Bang Twins, Smokey Joe, the Sparkle Sisters, One-Eyed Willie, and Jared Kushner. Your customers will never know the difference. So don't be a dummy. Head over to Big Al's House of Gently Exploded Mannequins, located on the corner of McCluskey and Burdock, right behind the Dairy Queen. Curbside pickup available.
Now, Big Al is the best. This is wonderful. In Ventura, California, which is about 90 minutes up to 101, the city council voted to require that masks be worn inside businesses and government offices, and the result of that vote was this.
I protest face coverings. I am a healthy American. I used to be free. I am not a terrorist. I am not Antifa. I am not a sex slave that wears masks. I am not into sadomasochism and bondage.
That's too bad. You almost checked all the boxes off my list. So if you're not those things, then what are you?
I am a proud Trump Republican, yearning to be free again.
She's yearning. She's yearning to be free again to go to Margaritaville.
Shame on all of you. Let liberty ring. God bless America, land that I love.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't stop there. You got to finish the song.
From the oceans to the prairies to the mountains, white with foam.
Mountains white with foam. I think the foam is coming out of her mouth. Meanwhile, the president is holding a rally this weekend in Tulsa, and folks like her are already lining up.
I'm here with Mike Boatman, and he is from Evansville, Indiana. And right now, you're the fourth person in line, right?
Yes, I'm the fourth.
And when did you get here?
I got here 28 hours ago.
Awesome. And why did you want to come out here to Tulsa this weekend?
I want to hear President Trump speak. What he does for our country, for every one of us, is nothing for me to be out here 6 days early.
Well, thank you for your sacrifice. The bait shop's loss is America's gain. This country is an absolute mess, but change is happening. A number of big companies have begun to rethink the messages that some of their products may send. PepsiCo announced today they're changing the name and logo for Aunt Jemima because they recognize that Aunt Jemima's origins are based on a racial stereotype. The new name will be Mrs. Jemima's syrup that she has willingly volunteered to share. Uncle Ben's is also planning to make a change to their rice boxes. Going forward, the original Uncle Ben will be replaced by Uncle Ben from Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. I'm sorry. I'm sure the gang at Fox News will have no problem with these changes whatsoever. I actually have a good idea for a new Aunt Jemima. If they're looking for an aunt, my Aunt Chippy would be great. This could be the first pancake syrup that smokes cigarettes. My Aunt Chippy doesn't sugarcoat anything, even pancakes. She barely even brushes her teeth, but she gives great advice, which is something many of our viewers need. So tonight she is advising again with a new edition of Dear Aunt Chippy.
Hi, this is Aunt Chippy from quarantine answering your questions. Dear Aunt Chippy, I had to cancel my wedding this summer. Aww. Now my fiance is pressuring me to do it. I read that you weren't a virgin when you got married. That's Do you have any tips for me to satisfy my future husband? Divorce him now. Don't even wait for the wedding. Divorce the you don't need him. You can live fine without him.
Well, she's nothing if not a romantic.
Jimmy, Kimmel, live. This is ridiculous.